And we're back now with continuing coverage of President Biden's visit to the capital city. My co-anchor Jennifer Sanders is at the LBJ Presidential Library. Jennifer.
Hey, Daniel, now this is the president's first major appearance since the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. So as you can imagine, security is pretty high here. I want to bring in Kelly Wiley to really break down those security protocols that you and I both faced when we walked into LBJ.
Right. No, there was a lot going on when we first got here. But you'll remember the White House canceled President Biden's initial trip to Austin the day after the assassination attempt on former President Trump. We know that we've not been briefed on any security glitches today. President Biden continues to travel, but lawmakers are seeking reforms.
As the Secret Service works to protect President Biden during his trip to Austin, U.S. lawmakers are opening their own investigation into the operational failures that led to an assassination attempt on former President Trump and the death of a Pennsylvania firefighter.
We do not have time to make not just another mistake.
Congressman Pete Sessions of Texas, who sits on the House Oversight Committee that grilled the former head of the Secret Service, says he's lost confidence in the agency's ability to protect the candidates and their families.
Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and their families, that threat that against them is of a different level. It is of a level that the Secret Service has not been able, they've proven they cannot effectively see the threat nor understand where to go. If a 20-year-old kid can get underneath the security platform, think what the foreign adversaries of a hired professional could do.
Is the most significant operational failure of the Secret Service in decades.
Before resigning, former Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle said the agency hoped to complete its internal investigation into the assassination attempt on Trump in 60 days. Austin Congressman Greg Casar, also on House Oversight, says that timeline is unacceptable.
We need the truth for the American people to see. And then we need to implement reforms based on what was in that report. So that means reforms to the Secret Service, but also reforms to our gun laws.
And you heard Casar say, yes, he agrees there needs to be reforms to the Secret Service, but he believes at its core, this is a gun laws issue. He specifically talked about the type of weapon that the shooter had. And we heard lawmakers press the former Secret Service director about why the range of the type of weapon that the shooter had wasn't considered when they were building out their perimeter. That's a question that they still have and they're still seeking and hoping to get answers to, like you heard in the story, in less than 60 days.
Okay, KXAN investigator Kelly Wiley. We'll be right back.